One of the questions I get often asked about is tension lines and how to make them and what exactly do I do? Well, to start with, I use whatever kite plan I'm planning to use and lay my spine like this on it and use a white marker and mark where the wingtip line is crossing the spine right here. And then I make a mark on the upper part, which is near the nose or right at the nose, either way. And these are the places where I'm going to attach my tension line. Now, before I attach it though, what I do is make some stops here and here. There's just pieces of thread or small diameter string wrapped around the spine a couple of times, tied, and then glued. I use T8000 or super glue to glue it. And the purpose of these is to prevent the tension line from sliding when it's under tension. It's a very simple thing to do and it really works good. So when I make my tension line, and the tension line's purpose really is to allow for an adjustment of how much bend the forward part of the spine has. While you're in the flying field flying your kite, you can adjust it. I use two pieces of line. I'm going to use this white line here. One piece is, I don't know, maybe 6 inches long. All I do is fold it in half and make a small loop with an overhand knot, and that's the only purpose of this. So the loop is small, and I have two long pigtails here. I use the pigtails to tie this loop onto the spine. Now, if this were in a kite, I would have melted holes through the sail on either side of the spine, here and here, to allow for the tension line to go through the holes in the kite sail and around the spine and then tied to the spine. But since this is just a spine without the kite, I'm going to do it this way. And what I'm going to do is tie this loop just above the stop that I made here near the nose. When I'm finished tying it, I just clip off the extra ends of the line. And if this were in a kite, I would glue this right above the stop. So I have this glued to the spine, and it's right above the stop that's also glued. So I have really very little chance of this slipping under tension. The next thing I do is tie a loop in a long piece of line. This is about 25 inches long, probably a little too long, but I tie a loop about 4 or 5 inches into one end with overhand knot. Just make a small loop like this. And again, if this were in a kite, I would have melted holes and I would have used those holes to run my line through and around the spine. But here, I'm just going to tie this second loop to the spine just below, or just, yeah, below in terms of meaning closer towards the tail, below that stop, with any knot that will hold it well. After I tie this on, I trim off the short end and leave the long end, and then I run this long end through the loop I made at the nose, and then I run it back through the loop I made at the wingtip line. So now I have this situation where I have two lines really running along the spine here. And then I tie my taut line hitch, which is my adjustable knot, to this line, and then it's done. And I'll put a diagram here to show you exactly how to tie it, because I don't think I can show you without my hands getting in the way and you not being able to see what I'm doing. Once the knot is tied, the taut line hitch, then I'm able to slide it and adjust the amount of bend to any I want, and it'll stay locked there wherever it is I want it. So it's very handy knot for tension lines in any fighter kiting arrangement that you use tension lines, like a Buca's leading edge or the spine in any diamond-shaped fighter kite.